Well, hello everybody and welcome. I'm out today in my canoe, as you can see, and I'm off to do a backcountry overnight camp. So why don't you come along and join me? Well, we made it. We're in luck. We've got a spot for tonight and it's a really beautiful little campsite. So I'm going to climb out of the canoe and start unloading. This really is quite a perfect little campsite for a couple of reasons. The water access is really good. It's right on this little sort of gravel beach. There is a fire pit. This is actually part of BC Parks. And over in this little corner, there is a little grass site for the tent. And away from the site is a metal, well-anchored food cache. There's also a throne up in the woods. It's in a wonderful location, totally open view. So, yeah, but it works. I mean, it's easy. So I'm going to just get the rest of the things out of the canoe. I packed pretty light this time. I usually tend to on these trips, but I didn't bring anything extra, I don't think. Not really extra. The one thing that was my comfort is my little chair. But apart from that, I've got a pretty simple setup. This is a waterproof bag, which I carry my clothes in, including my jacket, an extra change of clothes. There's not very much, but some of it's a bit bulky. And then in this one, it's a backpack. I just carry my things like my ID and my camera gear. Any electronics go in that bag. And over here, in this big one, is all my camping gear. Basically, in there is a tarp, my tent, my sleeping mat, and my sleeping bag, and my cooking equipment. So they all go easily in there. And the last thing is this cooler. I brought some fresh water, although I do have a water filter and I can filter water out of the lake. I brought my Durston backpacking tent. And it's a one-person tent. It doesn't invite company. This little tent is really well designed. I think it weighs 28 ounces. So it's less than 2 pounds. It's called a trekking pole tent for obvious reasons. But you can purchase carbon fiber poles that fold up really small if you don't generally carry trekking poles. So either way, it's very light, and it is like a bivvy. It's really just definitely a one-person tent. They do make XL, so there's bigger, wider, and now Durstons have also made a very, very popular dome tent. But this is a great tent, and I really like it. I just brought my Nemo Tensor sleeping pad, which I blow up, and it's also backpacking weight, and a very thin compressed foam mat to go underneath just to protect it. It's nice to know that you've got a great tent, and it's also very waterproof. Just a point. I'm always really, really particular about how I protect my sleeping gear for obvious reasons, because this is down, and if it gets wet, it really loses its warm power. Synthetics, you can still get some warmth out of them, but not so much with down if it's wet. So I put it inside this dry bag, inside a heavy-duty dry bag. You can never be too careful with your sleeping gear, because in our area, almost any time of year, hypothermia can be an issue. It's certainly not likely today, but nonetheless, I'm in the habit of always overprotecting my sleeping gear. And basically, That's my shelter and my sleep system. Super easy, doesn't take up a lot of space, everything packs down small, and it's light. And that's why this is basically my backpacking gear. I'm not backpacking today. I'm just paddling, and we've got the afternoon. It's clouding up a little bit, but it's okay. We can just have a beautiful little overnight here and enjoy this afternoon. Two other things that I've brought. I have a little zip pillowcase that a friend of mine made for me some years ago. And what I do for a pillow is I just push in my puffy jacket, which I am very attached to at all seasons. You never know on this area when you're going to want a puffy jacket. And makes a perfectly wonderful pillow. And I also carry with me a tarp of some size. This is a small one. It's more of an emergency tarp. It's about a 5x7. But we are prone to unexpected showers. And it's made by Rab. And I put this in my backpack even if I do go on day hikes sometimes. It's just the right size for an emergency. So I keep that in here, and basically that's about it. I think I'm going to put my chair together and I think I'll make something to drink. I thought I'd just show you a little bit of what I brought from my kitchen. My Bushcraft Essentials twig stove, which I am using an alcohol burner in. And it also is versatile with either briquettes or twigs, but I'm just going to use the alcohol burner at the moment. I brought this stainless steel pan in place of a frying pan. But it can also, I can use it as a bowl or a plate. I've got my flipper, and I brought my spork, olive oil, salt and pepper, the handle, and 2 or 3 lighters. Oh, and a cup. Don't let me forget that I've got a cup. So, yeah, that's it. It's pretty light, and it doesn't take up much room, and it's ideal for an overnight. Sometimes I have much more elaborate kitchen gear, but not this time. I'm just kind of going basic. Same with the tent. So, and it's great. So I've got my chair set up. I'm just going to sit down and wait for this water to boil and make myself a drink and maybe get a little snack. Well, you know you're going camping when you got some junk food. And it's really good. Well, we've got a great afternoon and no wind. So I felt like I should go for a little paddle. I'm not all that far, but just down this little neck of water into the bigger lake, just to have a look at the shoreline and see if there's anybody else around. There's a few boats going by, but canoes, small outboards, nothing major. There's a little robin up on the shore. He's on a log. He's just all fluffing himself up. I guess he's been in the edge of the water. He's getting dried off. I'm just going to sit here in the shade and relax before I head back. Great day though. It was a bit of a tricky landing. I didn't film it. Well, it never even occurred to me to. I was trying not to fall in. It's kind of rocky. And yes, definitely I had to be up past my ankles at least to get out of the boat safely and not bash it on the rocks. But all's well, it ends well. And I didn't end up wetter than halfway up my calves. So that's pretty good. This business of kayaking and canoeing is not for those who are a bit afraid of getting wet. It seems to me that the small boat excursions generally, almost inevitably, end up with some body parts that are wet. In the winter months, in the colder months, I wear my boots and that really helps, but I've got sandals on and my pants are pretty quick to dry, so, and it's a gorgeous day, I'm not worried about it. And the water's not that cold, it's actually pretty nice. So I might have wished I'd brought my bathing suit, but well, who's to know if I jumped in without it. No, I'm not going to film that. I'll save you. Anyway, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this view and cool off a little bit, and then it'll be time to head back. But I'm really glad I decided to get up off my duff and get in the boat and go for a little paddle. It's totally gorgeous and there's just no wind at all, which is of course a big plus for me. Makes it that much easier. So what a perfect day. I'm really glad I decided to come out. It's always a bit of a, got to get all that stuff together and go and then load the boat and unload the boat and all that stuff. But, it's always worth it. So I don't even know why I hesitate, but sometimes I do. It's just procrastination, the lazy part. But then you get the payoff. And a day like this, pretty clear why I keep coming. Got a nice cold drink out of my cooler. It's perfect. And I'm sitting in the shade now. I've had enough sun for a while. But I'm not complaining about too much sun. I've got this gorgeous pine tree above me. And it's providing me with an umbrella of filtered sunlight. And I've got a breeze off the lake. I have a question for you folks, and I do value your opinion, and I listen to what you suggest for me. So I'm going to ask you something. This is an example. I've come to this park, Main Lake Provincial Park, to do backcountry camping a number of times over the last few years. And I've gone to other places at other times. How do you feel about the fact that sometimes I end up coming to the same place and sometimes the exact same campsite? I'm usually in one of 3 different campsites on this lake system, depending on which one's available. So I know it's not new all the time. The last video I did in the van, I went to a place I'd gone to last year, and I also added in a place I'd never gone to. How important, I guess, is it that I'm always going to new places? Because I'm sort of finding that I've been to so many places on Vancouver Island and taken you along. And there's going to be repeats of the same places. I'd be interested to know, how do you feel about that? Is it really important to you that I'm always going to a new area? Or are you okay with the fact that I might go to the same general area a number of times over a period of a few years? So let me know what you think. Well, I didn't go swimming. Once I got back here and sat in the shade, and I had a cold drink of some carbonated water, I was perfectly fine. I didn't have a need to go in the water. But just in case you were wondering, it didn't happen. Well, tonight I'm having a really simple dinner. I'm just going to heat up some water, and I brought some egg noodles, which I'm going to cook. And in this little container, I have some roast chicken that I did a couple of nights ago at home with some homemade tomato sauce. And then I have some Parmesan cheese to put on top of it. So basically, it's more just cook the noodles and heat up this chicken with the tomato sauce and pour on the Parmesan. So it's a perfect dinner for a hot day, and I don't really have to make a fire for it. So well, the sun's just going down. I think it's after 7 o'clock. What a beautiful end to a day. Well, it's been pretty much a perfect day, hasn't it? At least it has been from my viewpoint. The temperature's still beautiful out. Sun's gone down behind the hill. And probably got an hour till I will go off to bed. I've had a good day, have good paddle getting out here, and then a nice paddle this afternoon. And I haven't had a hard day at all. Pretty quiet, no noise, just birds singing. Perfect company, and a wonderful way to end a glorious day. Pretty nice evening. Well, I'm heading into bed. It's 9:30, and I've been awake since 6 o'clock this morning, so it's been a good day, but I'm ready to have a lie down. And I've just put some water on the fire, and I think everything's just going to be fine. I just saw an otter swimming by, and so there's a possibility that I could have an otter visitor in the night if it decides to come up this way. very quiet day, and I think I'm going to get a good sleep. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Well, that's a good sleep last night. I had only one visitor in the night, and that was a deer. And that was probably about 4:15 or 4:30 this morning. It was getting light out, and then I heard this crunch, crunch, and I thought, oh, I bet I know what that is. So I sat up, and as soon as I made a rustling in the tent, I heard it bound away. And it was. I'm sure it was a deer. I didn't see it, but it behaved like a deer, and it ran away. Whatever it was, it ran away. So there you go. Sure look forward to this in the morning. It's that hot, and it's the smell of the coffee. It doesn't matter if it doesn't have much caffeine in it. Well, well, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this, and then I'm going to make a bit of breakfast. Then it's time to pack up and start the trip home. I've sure enjoyed this though, and I have a squirrel here too, so there's my wildlife count. I'm not out of here yet, but still. One deer in the dark, and and one slug, right big banana slug, outside my tent door. So I had to get a piece of paper and remove it before I climbed out. Big sort of yellowy green one. So evidently somebody told me that they're actually edible. I'd have to be in dire straits before I'd even consider that. Well, it may not be the most tidy looking thing, but bacon and egg with a bun, it's pretty good. And of course you could add all kinds of other things with it if you wanted to do that, but I just wanted something super simple. I've gone everything super simple this trip, so I might as well finish breakfast that way. But it's got lots of protein, it's got some energy. It'll be enough for me to pack up and paddle out of here this morning. Enough. Well, we have a bit of an accelerated exit. Anyway, the bags are all packed. I did that quickly. The rain has started. It was not forecast at all. So what I've done is I've just put on, I've got my short sleeve quick dry shirt, and now I put a long sleeve one on. I'm going to put my PFD on. It's still really warm. I'm going to get my clothes wet if this keeps up. But I'd rather keep my other clothes dry, so that when I do get to the car, I will be able to have something dry to change into. That only makes sense. That's far more important. And while I'm actively paddling and loading and whatever, if it's raining, then I'll be warm because I'll be moving, and my PFD is actually quite warm. So I'm not worried about getting chilled at all. Not this time of year. And the air temperature is warm, and there's basically no wind at the moment. So it's a good time for me to get going. And I I rather think I'm not going to be taking a lot of photos on the way back. I'm just going to be steaming for the car. So thanks a lot for coming. I really appreciated it. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a simple, great camp with this as the finale. But what the heck, we're in the outdoors. You got to take what you get. You don't have much choice. So I'm heading in and I'm paddling off with no other exit today. All right. See you on the next one. Bye for now.